The mayor of Chicago. This one just blew me away. Brandon Johnson, is suddenly realizing he doesn't have any money to run all the programs that they want to run in Chicago. I think he needs a National Guard in there, frankly. Just saying, take a cue from Mariel out there in D.C. She's willing to work with Trump and clean the place up. You ought to be willing to do that too, Brandon, because it is a disaster. You can't even walk on the south side of Chicago. Therefore, we're not affording anybody the real opportunity of the American dream, because you can't even get from point A to point B without worrying about it. Anyway, he's finally recognized what Margaret Thatcher always said. At some point, you run out of other people's money. People are leaving Chicago in droves, just like they left New York City, just like they've left LA. They don't need the high taxes and the high crime. Watch.
Mayor Brandon Johnson is sounding the alarm about Chicago's finances.
We have reached a point of no return. The systems that people rely upon, education, healthcare, housing, our transportation, they are woefully underfunded. And everyone knows that. Everyone knows what my commitment is to progressive revenue. I can't do this by myself.
The mayor's statement coming in response to a question about a pension bill Governor Pritzker signed into law last week. That law will increase retirement benefits for police and firefighters, adding more than $11 billion to Chicago's long-term pension liability. Johnson says the state needs new progressive revenue options, but he did not name any specific plans.
Because you don't have any. He can't name any because he doesn't have any. In other words, you cannot run yourself into insolvency. I mean, that's what's happening in New York City, for goodness sakes. And they're going to make it worse with this Memdami guy, a whole lot worse. And you got AOC out there in the Bronx, who's not really from the Bronx, right? But pretends she is, or Queens. I think it's Queens. She likes to pretend she's from Queens. You've got a problem here. There's another candidate out in the Midwest who's a socialist that's running. This is, look, I'm sorry, but it doesn't work. It never works. It never works. Like, take your choice. Go all around the globe. All right? Like, the communism stuff, even the socialism stuff. I mean, Europe would be the closest, right? And I've spent a lot of time in Europe over the last several days and, did some reporting, by the way, on Ireland and the Irish Sea. I'd love you to check that out. But and the ships that were going through, because they weren't paying their... they were disguising themselves, I should say. They were being let through. Not the Irish are very, very, very upset about it, but they're actually going through and changing flags, et cetera. It's another story. I digress. But I've been spending some time here, and I think my big takeaway is there's no opportunity here. There's just no opportunity here for people. You are what you were born, and you don't have a way or even the aspiration of doing anything different. And that's what socialism does, okay? Because everybody's supposed to be the same in the interest of fairness. But, what about sort of human nature? What about the desire for people to do something different or do something more? Brandon Johnson doesn't want that, and he can't even keep his streets safe. Look at D.C. They can't keep it safe. Now the National Guard is coming in, and even the mayor's like, thank you. And yet, if you listen to the ladies on The View, they'd want more of this. Why? Like, I get it. Like, you've, I guess, paid your dues and made a lot of money. And Joy Behar, your house in Sag Harbor is on the market for, what was it, $10 million? The little salt box, 4,000 square feet, $10 million in Sag Harbor, New York. I get it. You've been there, done that. You've succeeded. But what about everybody else? You know how important that is? Everybody else matters. And, this is one of the reasons why I created my company, 76 Research. I want to put this up on the screen for you. I'll just do it right here. I created 76 Research with a really good friend. If you guys haven't gone there, please do this, because I want you to have a shot at all the success we're seeing in the market right now, right? It's just been fantastic. And I predicted this would happen, code dollar. And we have a 76 Research newsletter that we send out usually every week, sometimes a couple of times a week. It depends on what's going on in the news flow and what we see as opportunities, if you would, in the market. So go check that out, 76research.com. But this is a big part of why I created this, because I wanted everybody to kind of have more access. I mean, access to investing, which gives you access to prosperity. Here's a look at, I have an updated one I'm going to send for you guys tomorrow, but this is just a look at 3 of our portfolios, which have done incredibly well. So I'm so proud, right, of what we've been able to accomplish there. And I'm proud of what I'm accomplishing here on this little channel, which is not so little anymore. I mean, help me get to 1 million if you would, guys. You can see I am about 6 hours behind you. So the sun is setting, and I am going to meet my family for a little bit of dinner right now. But we will be back live on the air with you again tomorrow. There's so much to talk about, but the bottom line is this medium is changing, and we're here for you for this massive change. And this is the future. This is the future, and I'm proud to be part of it and proud to have you be part of it as well. I'll see you tomorrow.